I'm pretty positive that they'll have a great fan base like they always do, that they've had for decades on decades on decades, and we know that, and we're ready for it. It's one of the things that makes Sunbelt football so great.
This is the ODU Coaches Show on News 3.
2 games remain in the regular season. Back here now on the Old Dominion Football Coaches Show. Ricky, Rahne, Mark Davis. Coach, you guys hit the road for the final time this season coming up this weekend. Yep. Georgia Southern, a team that put up 45 points for the second time this year and snapped Coastal Carolina's winning streak. You guys are going into a team that's playing pretty well.
Yeah, they've played well their last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And they certainly have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. They have a ton of experience on offense and are very talented. So obviously, like every other game we play, this is going to be a huge challenge, and we know that. And to go down and play in an environment like that, which Georgia Southern's got some very loyal fans. So that's going to be another thing for us. But we're looking forward to it.
648 total yards they put up this past weekend. O.J. Arnold, 262 rushing yards by himself, 2 TDs. He's the Sunbelt's leading rusher, so they have a ground game you guys have to prepare for.
Yeah, I mean he got he did pretty well in this last game, and that really put him up there. When they can run the ball, they're really dangerous because they have a very talented receiving core, a quarterback who's played a bunch of football for them. And the quarterback actually adds to the run game too. A lot of people don't think about that with them, but they will run the quarterback quite a bit. And they actually have kind of a wildcat quarterback as well. So it's something that it's a challenging offense to prepare for because they do have such a solid drop-back passing game, but they also will do a lot of run game, quarterback run game, read game, all sorts of different things, and so we got to be ready for it.
Defensively, the Eagles give up the most rushing yards in the Sun Belt. I mean, that on paper looks good for you guys because you have that 3-headed monster running back and a quarterback that can use his legs.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to be able to win the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's going to be critical because we need to be able to do that. They have some big guys up front and some talented linebackers. I think part of the running, they've had a couple games where they've given up a bunch. And so I don't think it's very indicative overall of how they're actually playing.
You can't just look at the number and say this is how they are.
No, I mean, they had a rough one. They had a rough 2-week stretch when they went out to California there at the beginning of the season, and that really affected some of those numbers that they have going. But they were able to hold down App State and do some things there, and so they certainly have the ability to play really good defense overall, particularly run defense.
But hey, you talked about their quarterback. They have a receiver that leads the Sun Belt in touchdown receptions. He has 12 in Camden Brown. So another guy, a 2-dimensional offense you guys have to prepare for.
Yeah, no, he's a really good player. Really good player. He's great at contested catches. They will throw him the ball in the red zone all the time. But he can go deep. He can run. He's a route runner. And then they have the guy on the other side is really good. The number 5 on the other side. He's a very good player. And so they have a very balanced offense. That's the thing we got to really watch for is they have a balanced offense. We got to make sure that we're not trying to guess and we're just reading our keys and just playing defense and making sure that we're not falling for anything because they do have things all fit together. Right? So they'll throw some screens, they'll throw double moves off those screens. We got to make sure that our eye control is good.
The old head on a swivel type.
Yeah.
Well, and hey, you guys, we talked about after the Troy win about you guys controlling the line of scrimmage on defense and getting those 9 sacks and being able to apply pressure and everything like that. You guys are tied for 7th in the country with 3.2 sacks per game. How much does that help, and how much does that kind of play into your game plan when you can pressure a quarterback like that?
Well, I think we're doing it a variety of ways. We've done it with our defensive linemen. We've done it with like coverage sacks where everyone's kind of covered and they got home. We've done it where our defensive linemen have won right away. We've done it with twists. We've done it with pressure. We've done it with 5-man pressure, 6-man pressure, even at times 7-man pressure. We've done it with zone coverage behind it. We've done it with man. I think that's probably where we're doing a nice job is we're really mixing it up where people can't say, okay, we have to stop this guy or we have to stop these things, or there's a lot of different things and they're kind of working together and they're allowing other guys to get freed up and take advantage of their opportunities.
Rewind a year, and you guys had one of your best, most complete games last season against this team. I'm sure you would take a performance like that any day against Georgia Southern. Can you learn anything from a game like that when you perform that well against a team? Or with all the turnover and everything like that in college football, is it a different animal this year?
Well, they certainly have a lot of players back.
They do,
from that
yes,
team.
exactly, yes.
And that's the thing that, is why they're a dangerous football team. I mean, I think they have 3-year starters, or at least 2-year starters at both guards and their center and their quarterback, and their running back has played a lot of ball for them.
Right.
And then in the front seven, they have a bunch of guys who have played for them. So they have a few more guys back than are normal, but I still think it's a totally different animal.
Sure.
That was a one-night thing. I mean, had we played them
Good night, though.
It was a great night. And had we played them the next week, I think it probably would have been a much more challenging game. Our guys made some plays in that game, and so we are going to have to do that. We're going to have to make some plays, both offensively and defensively, and that's something that's going to be critical.
Look at these past 3 games over this 3-game winning streak. Is there a commonality you notice about you guys? I mean, 1 turnover over the course of the last 3 games is pretty good. But is there anything that you notice that has led to this success over the course of the last 3 games?
I mean, I just think the way we're practicing, the way we're going out there.
Sure.
There's a theme there. I mean, I think we've practiced pretty well. We've practiced pretty physical, and then we've gone out there and played physical. I think that's one of them. And the guys, kind of the whole season. I mean, our guys really do like playing the game of football.
Yeah.
They like playing, with their teammates and that sort of thing. And I think that continues to show up over and over again.
You guys will get your next chance to play tomorrow at Georgia Southern. We're going to hit the film room or the film screen here with Coach coming up when the Old Dominion Football Coaches Show continues right after this.
And he'll hand the ball off and up the middle for ball's on the ground. People are pointing. Will it be a turnover? Looks like it is. Monarchs recover the fumble on the first play on defense. And they bust up the middle. Devin Roche breaks through tacklers in the open water. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, out of bounds at the 7. Devin Roche adds to his career night with a big-time run here early in the 3rd.
A lot of good things for Ted Alexander to touch on last week on 94.1, the Old Dominion Sports Radio Network. Back here now with Coach Rahne. And Coach, I know we broke down 3 plays from Troy last week. Why not do it again this week, because you guys had so many? So let's dive right in here.
All right.
Let's pick up with the first offensive score of the game here. Colton Joseph, play action, finds Ja'Cory Thomas there for the 19-yard touchdown.
Yeah, it was actually an RPO, and Colton made a nice read here. He's able to get it and makes a nice throw. It was a really good decision there by Ja'Cory, and for him to finish, which was good. And get in the end zone, little dance there.
Yeah.
So it was a well blocked play. So it was good.
Well, and I mean, he looked like he threaded the needle pretty well there too. I mean,
no, yeah,
he put it just out of reach of the DB there.
No, it was good. It was a nice throw, nice catch, nice finish. It was a good way to get started. Particularly when we got stopped on the 4th down. Great. I think the key thing is we went forward on 4th down twice. We got stopped both times.
Yeah.
And both times we got a turnover
Yes.
within 2 plays.
Yes.
And I think that was critical.
And then you turned that into 2 touchdowns,
Correct.
which never hurts either.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, let's go to play number 2 here. We're talking about big plays, explosive plays all season long. Here's one. Colton has time, unloads it. Trey makes a nice adjustment down there and makes the catch. 51 yards, sets up another one.
Yeah, we were trying to get a big play there. It's funny, we weren't necessarily trying to go to him. But the way the defense dictated it was a good read, and Trey really turned on the Jets and did a nice job and made this play there, which was awesome, and that got us going. Obviously we've been making big plays all year.
Yeah.
And this is just another one. Good pocket movement there, nice protection, and able to get this thing up and out.
They said on the broadcast, I won't take credit for this research, they said on the broadcast that entering that game Thursday, you guys were tied for first in the country with 18 plays of 40 yards or more. This made it 19. We've talked about these explosive plays, and you guys have so many receivers you can go to in one-on-one coverage especially. It's got to be a nice security blanket for Colton.
We do, but I don't know this answer, but I bet a bunch of those 19 plays are run plays.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean? And so I think that the receivers, where one thing that people don't talk about is, yes, they are getting open and we're making big plays, but just their gravity of being able to draw people away is allowing us to get big run plays as well. And that's probably a lot of their value is that people don't understand is, you have to almost double them or else they're going to have 40-yard plays. And when you do that, now you have less people in run defense.
And the jump pass to the running back and the tight end has been a couple of those too. So you guys have your own bag of tricks. We were talking about Georgia Southern's bag of tricks. You guys have your own too.
Yeah, and again, so that's off both of them, right? So now you're drawing people away because of the receivers. Now people are really having to be aggressive and stop the run, and we've been able to hit a couple of those as well.
Now, hey, you touched on those 2 fourth-down stops that Troy had that you guys were able to force turnovers off of. Let's go to play number 3 here. Here's one of them there. They're pinned deep in their end zone, going deep, and it looks like Nikendre just playing center field right there and makes that interception, just turns around and makes the catch.
Yeah, well, this is a really good job by our coaching staff and then great execution by our players. We'd run some cover 0 in the year. The guy they were trying to throw to is one of the fastest players in our league.
Sure.
And we've run some cover 0 in the year, and they thought when we were going to go cover 0 that they were just going to run right by us.
Yeah.
And we're running a little bit different deal here, and this is what happens. And I think that it was, a really nice job of adjusting. Obviously Nikendre tracking the ball and doing everything right there, which was awesome. And this is about as well executed a defense as you can possibly imagine.
Well, and it looks like the receiver turns in too.
Yeah, he thinks it's a post.
Yeah.
That ball probably should be thrown there. It's harder than people think. I mean, you're trying to basically, for lack of a better term, punt it up there and let him go get it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit more difficult than you think to anticipate what angle he's going to take.
Yeah.
And so that's a little bit hard on the quarterback. You saw, I mean, they didn't have enough guys to block our
Oh, right, exactly.
Right? And so he's about to get hit. And, it was a great defensive call, great execution by all 11 guys, and that's what happens.
Plenty of good plays on both sides of the ball last week for ODU. What plays will we see tomorrow at Georgia Southern? We're going to find out next. That game's at 1 o'clock tomorrow on ESPN+. Thanks for staying with us here on the Old Dominion Football Coaches Show. ODU hitting the road for the final time this regular season tomorrow. They head to Georgia Southern looking to ruin a road crowd's day.
Whether it's at home, you got the fans cheering for you, but then if it's away, you got people booing you. So, I mean, I love playing in either atmosphere. It is, really fun hearing the crowd just start to die down by the end of the game. And so, yeah, it just adds motivation for winning the away game.
It's really big for the program, and it really just shows all the work we put in and how close our team is, and just the special talent we have. And it's good to put it all together and have a winning season like we do. It's a great feeling to have and to be a part of for sure.
Yeah, the players ready to hit this last road trip of the season. Back here now with Coach Rahne. And Coach, we have some trivia for you on. We're doing Ricky Rahne trivia with Ricky Rahne.
Oh, this is probably the worst. All right. Yeah.
All right. So, and we're going to focus on your college football career.
Okay.
All right. So it's your wheelhouse, right? It's been a little bit ago, but it's but just dust off the old memory bank there.
See, here's the problem with this, and we're gonna do this. If I get them right, I'm kind of a narcissistic, whatever. And if I get them wrong, I'm kind of an idiot.
It is a no-win situation.
Yeah. All right. So let's do this.
Here. So,
okay. Here we go.
But I think right now it's okay. It's okay to know about yourself. That's fine. All right. Here we go. So first, how many consecutive games did you throw a touchdown pass in college?
Oh my God. I don't know. I'll go 17.
Very close. The answer is 15.
Okay.
Follow-up.
Yeah.
Do you know what that ranks on the all-time Ivy League list?
I'm sure it used to be high. I'm sure it's pretty low. I'm going to go with 6th.
3rd.
Oh, wow.
And I think you were 1st until like the last 4 years.
Yeah, they really are chucking it around down there now.
Yeah.
Out there. They're really.
Ivy League is now a passing.
Yeah, they're really letting it fly. Yeah.
All right, so let's go to play. You did pretty well on that one.
Okay.
All right. I'm not going to give it to you because you're
I
wrong.
shouldn't. No, I'm dead wrong. Please don't give that to me. Yeah.
When you said that before, don't give me a being close.
No,
All right.
This isn't horseshoes or hand grenades.
Correct.
You got to get it right.
How many career passing yards did you finish with?
I think 7,300. Really?
Yeah.
7,700?
7,710.
Okay. Yeah. Now 7,700 would have. I would have.
No, I would have. There's
7,300.
plus or minus. We would have given it to you.
Good for me. Now I know this one. I finished when I finished my career. I was 3rd all time.
Yes.
I believe now. I think I want to go 5th.
Very close.
Okay.
6.
6. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because so a quarterback at Cornell beat me.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
And he was pretty far ahead of me. Yeah. I really wanted to finish second when I was there.
Sure.
Unfortunately, you know, we only played 9 games my senior year because of 9/11.
Yes.
And I finished, I believe, like 162 yards short of the guy. So I probably would have
That
got
10th
over
game.
him.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Touchdowns. How many touchdowns in your career?
For some reason, 52 is sticking out in my head.
You're getting very close to
Okay.
it. Like you're almost as close as you can be without getting it right.
Okay.
54.
54. Okay. All right.
You know what that ranks you? Your top 10.
In the Ivy League?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go 7th.
8th.
8th. Yeah.
You're getting very close.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What was your game high for passing yards?
Well, 443.
443 is exactly right.
Yeah. We lost.
Oh. There's a memory.
Yeah, we lost that one. I threw for over 400, I think, 3 times.
That was gonna be my follow-up. Is that your only 400-yard game?
No. I threw for 400 3 times. I think we went 2-1. We beat Brown my sophomore year. I threw for over 400, over 300 in the second half because we were getting our heads kicked in.
Yeah.
We lost to Brown the next year. We were losing 42-0 at one point. The final score was, I think, 56-42.
Wow.
Yeah, we came back, and we got a touchdown called back.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that was the game where I threw 443 and we lost. And then against Harvard, my junior year, we were losing 28-0, and we won 29-28. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So forgive my ignorance here. What is Cornell's biggest Ivy League rival?
All right. So traditionally, it's Penn.
Okay.
Okay, so used to be the biggest Thanksgiving Day game. Like that was the game to go to on the entire East Coast. Like that was a really, really big deal. It was always on Thanksgiving.
Right.
We never played on Thanksgiving. We always played on Saturday. But it was a huge deal.
Yeah.
It was always the last game of the year, whatever.
Right.
They have changed that, and now Cornell plays Columbia in the last game of the year for the Empire Cup.
Okay.
And so they've kind of made that our biggest rival.
Okay.
But our biggest rival traditionally is Penn.
When you were there, it was Penn.
I mean, in the 80 year to 100 years before that.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why they changed it.
Yeah.
It was always our last game. It was always. It used to be a very big deal. I'm not sure why they changed it, but they did. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll still say Penn and Columbia. Gotcha. All right. Last one. You rank atop the all-time Ivy League list for pass attempts in a season. How many passes did you attempt that particular season?
Oh man. I mean, 10 games. I'm going to go 483.
Dude, 479.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I kind of just did some quick math. Yeah, the problem with that is...
How many of them did you complete?
Not many. Not as many as I would like. Yeah, I was not a high completion percentage passer. But I will say this, back then it wasn't as much. Like,
right.
I mean, I think the leader in the league was at like 60%.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like it was now. Yeah, I threw 63 passes one year against Bucknell. I think I only completed like 28. That was a disaster. We got our heads kicked in. But I mean, there were some others. We had some good ones. But yeah, I mean, we threw the ball quite a bit.
Yeah.
We were losing, and so we threw it.
Yeah.
And usually when we were losing, I got to call the plays.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, whenever we'd go 2 minute, like whenever we would go fast paced.
Yeah.
I got to call the next. So the first play would be called by the offensive coordinator, and then after that, I got to call him.
Sure.
And so, I mean, I'm not going to call too many runs.
No, of course not. Of course not.
So we were going to chuck it around a little bit at that point. Yeah. So, it was. I figured it'd be right around then.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? You held your own here.
Yeah.
You got very close on all of these.
I got close. Yeah.
You got very close on all of these. Well, Coach, thanks so much for playing along. Hope you guys enjoyed this version of Ricky Rahne Trivia as much as Coach did. Best of luck down at Georgia Southern. 1 o'clock tomorrow on ESPN+. Well, we got 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. The division race is heating up. Who's going to take those top spots? Let's take a look at what's going on around the Sun Belt tomorrow. Let's start in state, where James Madison venturing out of conference tomorrow, welcoming Washington State to Bridgeforth Stadium. The Dukes looking for their 10th win of the season and are 13.5-point favorites. Coastal Carolina, also a non-conference meeting, hitting the road to face a struggling South Carolina squad. Marshall and App State collide in a Sun Belt East showdown. The Mountaineers come into this one hoping to snap a 4-game skid, while the Thundering Herd can move above 500 in the league with a win. That's your look around the Sun Belt. And that wraps up this edition of the Old Dominion Football Coaches Show. The Monarchs, Georgia Southern tomorrow, 1 p.m. on ESPN+. For Ricky Rahne, I'm Mark Davis. Have a great weekend, everybody, and go Monarchs.